My wife died in 2013. I've spoken to her 9 times since then. I checked my watch once more. 2 minutes. I pulled up a chair next to the wall phone that my old house still had. I felt butterflies in my stomach, which bothered me. I mean, I had done this so many times that you'd think I'd get used to it. But I just couldn't. It just made me feel so uncomfortable. 1 minute. I glanced over the paper, which was filled with questions that I had pre-written for this moment. I knew I wouldn't have long when it finally happened, so I was prepared. A lot of trial and error had brought me to where I was today, and I was not about to waste another year, just waiting. Like, I don't know exactly why this happens, but I'm sure as hell going to make the most of it. 10 seconds. 10 seconds until I was able to speak with her once more. 10 seconds to the exact moment she had died, 10 years beforehand. 10 years since she was so cruelly taken from me, from someone who was never brought to justice. I pulled out my phone and set a 1-minute timer. The wall phone began ringing. I started the timer, and answered the phone. "Ava?" I said, cautiously. It was important to begin the conversation slowly, without pouring on too much information. I did not want a repeat of 2016. "Mark?" The voice on the other side said. "Is that you? Where am I right now? Why is it so cold?" "It's all right, sweetie. You're okay," I said, trying to be soothing. I kept an eye on the clock, and remaining conscious of the time, tried to keep the ball rolling. "Oh, Ava. I have a question for you. Do you remember what happened just before now?" I was walking by that lake near our house. Someone pushed me and I fell in. That was good. Her memory seemed to be better this time around. "Ava, I need you to do something for me. Can you tell me what color the person's hoodie was?" "What?" "Just try for me, please." "It was blue, I think." "Yeah, I remember seeing it as I fell in." She paused for a moment. I don't remember getting out of that lake." "I have one more question, sweetie," I said, trying to distract her from that line of thought. "Mark, am I dead? What's going on?" Sighing, I reached for the pen and wrote, "Killer wore blue hoodie." That information nailed it down to 3 suspects near the crime scene of her death. I figured all I'd need was one more call with her to discern who her killer was. "Where am I, Mark?" she continued, her voice raising as she spoke. "Say something, please. How did I get here? Why is it so cold?" She started shrieking through the phone, yelling at me to explain what was happening to her. 1 more year. I hung up the phone.